Hey, soldier, I need assistance. Hey, soldier, I need assistance. Hey, soldier, I need assistance.
Biopsy log, session 01. Spectacular. What we have appears to be an altogether inconceivable physiology that bears no resemblance to any known life forms. There are no discernible organs, no nervous system, no circulatory system, and no skeletal system. Truly remarkable. Traditional means of locomotion are completely absent. No muscle tissue, no tendons or ligaments. The entirety of the mass is comprised of a contiguous substance that can only be categorized as flesh. Its properties are in a constant state of flux. Elasticity, tensile strength, density, hardness, shear strength. All seem to fluctuate based on external stimuli. Initial inspection suggests evidence of both fibrous and globular structures. Samples have been extracted for a complete cellular analysis. If I wasn't a scientist, I might be liable to believe these creatures are the work of a higher power. They cannot possibly exist. Eppur si mueve.
Maybe we can help each other out.
Who are you?
I'm Dr. Marga Hamill, Cerebrum Division. I'm the one who designed and created your drone. As you can see, we're experiencing technical difficulties. I need your help to get out of here.
Know anything about this?
That looks familiar. I'm not sure, though. It looks old. If I remember correctly, all the old stuff found in the ancient sections is stored in the testing area on B4. Listen, let's help each other. I want to get out of here, and you want access to B4. I won't be able to escape this place without a functional drone. I need a drone processor to fix mine, but they're all stored in my lab. If you help me get it, I'll give you my key card. To get there, exit this room and go left. Go down the hall and past the red blast door. On your right, you should see the logo of a drone on the wall. That's where my lab is. The code to get in is 230317.
I wouldn't mind a few upgrades. We could boost the communication array.
Tanya, you're breaking up. What was that? Upgrade communication array?
Wanker.
Thanks. Now I can leave. Take my key card. A deal's a deal. Good luck on beef.
September 18th, 1992. I've been mulling over a few novel loadout profiles for the drone, recording a quick note here for future reference. Reconnaissance loadout, lightweight design, strip all extraneous systems to increase velocity and maneuverability. Comprehensive sensor package. Radar, thermal, infrared, Geiger, X-ray, the works. Optical camo. Maybe even RAM coding. Oh. Medical medical loadout, first aid module, defibrillator, cauterization implement, precision suture algorithms. Drug administration module, hypodermic injections of antiseptics, analgesics, antibiotics, adrenaline, and other stimulants. I'd also love to look into upgrades for the current tactical configurations. Battery longevity, rotor strength, chassis reinforcements. So much to do.
anyone out there? Hey! Stop! Is somebody out there? Over! Requesting assistance. Over.
January 4th, 1993. Request for closure of Time Loop Master 1. After years of study, all possible data has been extricated from Time Loop Master 1. Origin, early 9th century, second cycle harmonics. Emotional catalyst, assassination of Conrad Astor by Finello Astor. Horizontal diameter, 15 meters. Resident topology signature, Theta Rho pattern. Recommend training protocols be displaced to level B4, taking advantage of Alpha 1 breakthrough. Recommend collapse of Astor 1 in 30 days' time. This delay will allow finalization of data collection, as well as equipment and personnel transfers. Counterpoint raised. Preservation of culturally significant catalyst subjects. Future advancements may allow safe subject extrication.
Thank you for getting rid of the creatures. You saved my life.
Who are you?
I'm Dr. Balam Lamek. I was part of the science team working on the time loops. What we did to that poor man. I can't be a part of this anymore. What we did was unforgivable. God, that madman. He timed it perfectly. He created a new time loop on B4. He wants to weaponize them.
How did they create the new time loop?
Dr. Mabden told the poor Sabinian that the palamists strapped to the tables were the same who had repeatedly raped his daughter. The Sabinian didn't hesitate. He grabbed the chainsaw and chopped the palamists to pieces. I just stood there and let it happen. There are two time loops. Don't confuse one for the other. The one on this floor is old and didn't give us as much data. It wasn't good enough for Mabden. That lunatic had to make a new time loop. It's on B4. You need to stop this insanity. Near Mabden's time loop, there is a terminal where you can hack the mainframe and call forth the Guardians. You must close it. Please. End their suffering. Use the numerical code 7584 to access the terminal and take this Ammon prison to close the time loop.
Ever seen this symbol before?
Yes, I have. Some of our soldiers found an artifact with that symbol when they explored the ancient facility. As per procedure, it was catalogued and stored for future investigation.
Who is Dr. Mabden?
Dr. Mabden is a cold-hearted son of a bitch. He's a liar and a manipulator. He will stop at nothing to get what he wants. No, he's obsessed with the weaponization of the creatures and the time loops. Someone should stop him.
Training sequence.
It looks like the training exercise has been activated. You'll have to go through the whole thing before the doors can be reopened. When ready, use the button to start.
Protocol 6 initiated. Protocol 7 initiated. Threat level low.
That's not good. Something's wrong. It's not following the standard procedure.
Protocol 9 initiated. Threat level elevated.
I managed to open the supply room for you. You better prepare for the next wave. Protocol 1 initiated. Protocol 2 initiated. Threat level error. Protocol 3 error. Model. Protocol 5. Threat level error. Thank God. The training sequence is over. Everything seems back to normal. I'll open the door. Thank God you showed up. You're a lifesaver.
Who are you?
I'm Theo Kagan, an assistant technician for OMSIF training. We were doing exercises when the whole place went haywire. Backup systems malfunctioned when we lost power. The team, they didn't stand a chance. I've been calling on the radio ever since.
What do you know about this symbol?
I know this. Our boys did a sweep in the older part of the facility. I told them to put it in the storage room on B4 for future analysis. You'll need some, high-level clearance to get in there. Here, take my key card. It's the least I can do. I don't have any...
You're here. That's good. Very good. Please use the intercom over there so we can begin. What the hell are you doing? You do not have clearance for that. Stop that immediately. That is enough. Go back to the intercom and follow the protocol! I thought I made myself clear. Enough with the Specimen you are. I will sincerely thank your commanding officer for providing such an excellent candidate.
Who are you?
Strange. I thought they would have briefed you. Semantics. I'm Dr. Mabden, head of weapons research. Today's experiment will focus on time loop weaponization.
Why are you trying to weaponize time loops?
Why wouldn't we? Think of what we could accomplish. This is why you are here. Not to ask silly questions. If I were you,
Okay, let's...
Good. The first protocol has been Your competency is refreshing. Good work.
Are we done?
Let's get on with it.
All right.
The second... Good. You survived. Good work.
Let's go.
Here they... I'm surprised you got through this one. Good work.
I'm ready.
Now. Astonishing. No one has ever gotten this far. Good work.
This better be the...
This is the last... It wasn't that bad now, was it?
Good work. You've retrieved the keystone bridge.
Good work.
Are we done?
Indeed we are. I have collected the necessary data. Your contribution is greatly appreciated.
Stop! Stop! It's a lie! They're lying! No! 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 No!
Impossible! Do you realize what you've done? You haven't heard the last of me.
January 3rd, 1993. We have done it. Time Loop Alpha 1 is operational. For the first time, certain aspects of a time loop are under our direct control. Years of planning have finally paid off. Synaptic modulators are stable, and limbic pulse generators have already confirmed our theories that entities can be generated at will. We will begin testing the optimal frequencies to induce each entity variant. Agent training protocols should be greatly enhanced as a result. The complete weaponization of the technology remains out of our reach for the near future. We are, of course, still bound by the 33-year cycle. Additionally, a proper emotional catalyst remains necessary to the time loop's formation. This requires a great deal of precise social engineering. Overcoming these limitations will be the major area of focus during the next phase of the project.
I made it out thanks to my little friend here.
You alright?
Yes. I haven't seen the surface in a long time. I'm looking forward to it. Although I doubt that will be soon. The debriefings I'll have to endure will take some time. They'll want to know what the hell happened down there. From what little I've seen of Hadia, it seems to be a special place stuck in time. When I was on leave before the war, I walked the streets in Ljubljana. It was like I had used a time machine and arrived in another timeline. Walking on the street, you feel like you're in medieval times. Then you turn the corner and are suddenly propelled into the 1950s. I didn't mingle much with the locals. Not my style. I hardly set foot outside this place since the war started. I'm not missing much from what I've heard. I know our people have their part to play in this mess. You probably know more about it than I do. The operatives in the Oculus Division are masters at creating conflict and have their fingerprints all over this war. Funding extremists, targeted assassinations, false flags, you name it. How do I know all this? Well, I was married to an operative. Aside from what is said about them in the news and newspapers, I know little about them. The peacekeepers have tried their best to delay the war, but it was a lost cause. The Oculus Division made sure of that. I don't know much about the Sabinians. I only know what the higher-ups told us in the briefings when we first arrived. However, I got a small sample when I went out on leave. I got a well-deserved weekend pass one time. I used to get those before the war. I spent it in Lausalus, the capital city in Styria. I was enjoying my caffeine-infused beverage in a small cafe on the corner of a busy street. I'm curious and I love gossip, so I do that purely to entertain myself. These are mainly complaints about work, teachers being too strict, deadlines, overtime, being too tired, a suspect husband, and the everyday anecdotes you might hear anywhere. Then, a news report comes on. The cafe fell into a silent hush. Some conversations went as far as suggesting to kill them all. It was surreal. The change in attitude was almost instant. I don't think the news realizes the power they have. I've never met any Palamists, and if I did, I didn't notice. There is one place I would love to visit. It's in the heart of the Palamist province of Argola. Some who went on leave there told me it was stunning. It has some of the oldest castles, friendly people, and the best restaurants in Hadia. I know, it sounds like a commercial, but it's what everyone says when people come back from there. I hope it survives the war. I want to visit Trisk if ever I get a weekend pass again. Well, that's probably unlikely. The Cerebrum Division was partly created to study, examine, observe, and dissect them. It's why most of us are here. That old time loop we found in the ancient part of Auriga Museum played a significant role in studying the entities. Why do you think your drone can distract them? We discovered that the entities emit specific frequencies. We have yet to find out why. However, I figured out how to scramble their signal. I built the emitter inside the drone to interrupt the entity's frequency waves, temporarily confusing them. I'm still working on an emitter that doesn't cost too much energy and can last longer. As you know, those few seconds are precious for a soldier.
Thanks for helping me.
Are you gonna be alright?
I'll be just fine. The intervention forces are on their way. They'll clean up this mess. I'll have a lot of work to do, though. Fixing all the systems. I'll have to run diagnostics to determine what went wrong. I don't know what's happening to this country. I've been living here since I set foot in Haiti. I can tell you a lot about what's happening in the Origa Museum, but the NDA attached to my contract with Operation Moloch is they had us work in silos. All the research departments are entirely segregated. One of my coworkers was a massive history buff. He managed to get his hands on some local books. He slipped them out of a repository in another SEAL Council complex he worked at before. Her name was Lady Margaret. This isn't the first time these creatures have shown up in Haiti. This ruler loved her people, wanted to protect them from the creatures. It's in Argola somewhere. He went on to explain that it wasn't the only place. There's thousands of underground ruins all over Haiti. I don't remember the details, but Lady Margaret died under tragic circumstances. I told him to stop telling me all this stuff. He eventually got transferred. Now, I find myself wanting to know more about Lady Margaret. What else is new? Both sides are identical. It's pretty debilitating if you genuinely think about it. Only people who are the same can reach such a point. Both sides of the line are utterly convinced that the other are... Their mission here always felt a bit... Don't get me wrong. The country needed peacekeeping operations, but something felt off. I couldn't help but notice how tense the SEAL Council supervisors were. Not long after, the ON peacekeepers arrived in the country, and all the higher-ups began breathing again. As far as I know, the SEAL Council needed the bloodshed, something related to all our cumulative work. I made it a point never to mingle with the locals. There's a reason you don't name the animals in your lab. It gets personal. A line has to be drawn. I know this guy from medical who got involved with the local. He was assigned there to set up some equipment, but he kept in contact with her. What an idiot. At first, I was terrified of them. Like, what the fuck am I looking at? Then they just become a part of the job. They're amazing, aren't they? They need to think. They may hold answers to some of our most pressing questions. I guess I'll be reassigned to another lab in the meantime.
Thank you for helping me down there.
Are you gonna be okay?
I will be, as soon as I leave. I won't be working for these people anymore. I hope you use that Amin prism I gave you. Helia's gorgeous. A few weeks before Palamists and Sabinians started killing each other, I was assigned here in Origa to that psychopath, Dr. Mabden. They turned the entire country into their science experiment at the expense of all citizens of Haiti. For what? Progress? Science? This isn't progress or science. This is genocide. The Zeal Council orchestrated the whole thing. I don't know all the details, but I intend to play along for a few more weeks, steal some files, accumulate evidence. I already have some, but I'm going to get more. The Peacekeepers were used to time everything perfectly. God forbid the Palamists and Sabinians start killing each other at the wrong time. And what if the ON finds out? Nothing will happen. Nothing. The people in charge of this operation control everything. Think of something, anything. They either... Sabinians want what most people desire in life. Freedom. I remember reading a few articles about it. When that dictator died, Sabinian politicians wanted a democracy, a free market, and to rejoin the world. The Palamists wanted the same thing. Their inconsolable rift seems to lie in the nitty-gritty details of their history. I'm not sure I fully understand why they hate each other. I guess you need to be born here to understand why. Then again, I'm not sure the Haitians know why anymore. I can't help but have a soft spot for the Palamists. I see a lot of me in them. They remind me of my family back home. Close to the earth, strong family ties. and religious to the bone. If I ever get out of this mess, I'm going straight to the family farm, where I'll devour my mom's home-cooked meals. I'm still trying to figure out where the creatures are from. Weapons research, pharmaceuticals, biotech, and medical research are all working in silos. Each department concentrates on its own thing. There is no sharing of information or breakthroughs. I guess it prevents us from doing what I'm about to do. Blow the whistle on this whole operation. I grabbed as much stuff as possible when I got out of there. There is something they are not telling us. We know the time loops are a doorway. We know this occurrence happens. What is opening the time loops?
Only one more left. Let me know if you need more info. Good find. I'll look it up. My article on the Zeal Council conspiracy is up. I discovered a vault of forbidden knowledge in Maristan. Let me know if you want.
What am I supposed?
We must return to the...